Hello everybody, so I am back at it again with another video, and as you guys can tell, I have updated my period storage, but I'm not going to be doing a updated period storage. I'm going to be waiting a while to do an updated one because I feel like I do like way too many, and I want to get a couple videos in before I go ahead and do another one, because like I feel like that's one of my only videos that I post on here is updated period storages. But here's just kind of what it looks like. I have another box in my closet up there that's also filled with stuff. Not filled, but like it has stuff in it. But this video isn't about my upgraded period storage. It is about suggested tampons or not tampons, but pads and panty liners and like tampons and just things in general for beginners. So yeah, this was requested by someone, so hi to that person. But yeah, so we're just gonna get started. So we're gonna go from overnight pads to panty liners to tampons, and then to other essentials like wipes and stuff. So starting here, I definitely suggest, if you're gonna start overnight, most overnight pads, like for me when I was like 10 and when I started my period and I was like just a young girl, I tried overnight pads and they were just way too big, and like I would honestly stay up for an hour just shuffling my legs around because they were so uncomfortable, to the point where I had to like go and take them off. So it really depends on when you're starting. Like I started extremely young, so these are obviously going to be very big for me. So if you're from the ages 8, because people do start it at 8, that's physically possible to start your period at 8 years old. I didn't, but like some people do, which is very, very surprising, but that's what happens. If you're from 8 to 10, I would suggest just wearing a regular everyday pad to bed instead of an overnight pad, because overnight pads are bigger and they're meant so if you move around during the nighttime that you won't like leak or anything. So I definitely suggest, even if you're like 15 and you have a really small body and like a small waist and stuff, and like your period blood doesn't travel all the way up your back, even though that would be very disgusting, but that happens to some people. Not necessarily me, but like that happens to some people. So if your like period isn't that bad and it's still like, I would suggest just wearing a simple regular pad. But if you are older starting, I would definitely suggest the Always Infinity with Flex Foam pads. These are just great. I've never had a problem with these. These are very comfortable, and I barely know they're there. And obviously, I grew out of that state of not being able to sleep because my body kind of grew, and these didn't feel as uncomfortable on me. So I definitely suggest those. Okay. Now going on to the everyday use pads, which are all of these and even these, but sometimes I wear these to sleep. Well, I actually haven't gotten a chance to wear these yet, but I'm planning on wearing them to sleep. But they are everyday pads, so I could include them in my overnight pads because I wear them. Well, I will be wearing them to sleep most nights because they are a size 3, but they are specifically for like not overnight, but I'm going to be using them for overnight. So everyday pads, I 1,001,000,000% suggest the Always Radiant pads. They are so comfortable, you barely know they're there. Now, these I suggest for beginners, but that's just because I love these so much. But like I was saying, if you have a smaller body, then I would suggest the Ubicotex Tween or Teen pads. Yes, they do have Ubicotex Tween, but they also have Ubicotex Teen. I think that's only in Australia and like England and stuff like that. I don't know because I haven't been able to find any Ubicotex Teen, but I do have Tween with the W. So yeah, these are shorter and stubbier, so they're great for beginners. I no longer like them because I have a heavier flow now that kind of travels, so they just don't work very well. But yeah, So these I 1000% suggest for beginners, but these I suggest just like in general. And I will be doing a favorites video, so watch out for that. But this is like mainly for beginners, so I'm not necessarily saying my favorites, I'm just saying for beginners. Moving on to panty liners. I suggest these for beginners. These are the, what are these? These are the Always Unscented liners to go, and they're very small and compact. They're also good for tampon backup, so yeah, I suggest those for beginners. Yeah, and if you are wanting a video of what I suggest for just like in general for people who aren't beginners, well, I don't have a video up for that yet, but in the near future, probably tonight, I'll be posting a favorites video, which will basically just say my suggestions, because obviously if they're my favorites, then I suggest them. So here are my tampons, and the ones I suggest are the Tampax Pearl Lights, because obviously if you're a beginner, then your flow is going to be light, and it has the smallest and skinniest applicator. So I 100% suggest those. I actually used a regular for my first tampon experience. So, I mean, it's not going to kill you if you have to use a regular, but I definitely suggest the lights because they're the smallest. And that concludes my video. Stay tuned for the favorites video. I will definitely be posting that soon. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Peace out. See you guys later. Bye.